So here's the new Yamaha Genos 2. I don't want to associate this keyboard with the number 2, if you know what I mean. But I keep finding number 2 in it. I really keep finding number 2 in it. I mean, look, they have the same amount of space here and the same amount of space here. Who could have possibly calculated, like, look how it's like a 5-7 millimeters right here and 5-7 millimeters right here. This edge right here, at least they cut it out. You can see it, right? Because if you would be from here, you wouldn't be able to see the 9-inch. But this one, I don't know if you can see it, but you can only see like from the angle. I'm not changing the angle on my phone. You can only see like half of the half of the parameters. I really have to lean over, and you know what? I have this little keyboard here for my computer, right? So I have to overcome all this space to actually, and I have, you see, I have 2 stages, right? There's a shelf, and when my keyboard is really like this, see, cannot see, I can't see and this screen is really bright. I liked it the way it was, like when you sit in here with that light. But anyway, let's talk about the problem that I found. This is the meat and gravy and potatoes of this brand new number 2 Genos that I just. First of all, did you see that? I just slided this thing down, but it didn't move. Why? Because it was at 100. It did not engage. It did not engage. So you have to go all the way up. And just fantastically, when you play in any style, let's say if you play in the first one, okay, let's just play the first one, okay? Here you go. Let's turn it on. See right here? This OTS button is off. So can't play. See? Nothing is playing. Nothing is playing. Why? Because these things are down. Okay, so let's crank it up to 77. Right about there, okay? Okay, it's playing. Here's the trick. I push this thing right here. Boom. It's back to 100. It's back to 100. So my faders don't mean anything. I'm touching my faders and it's way too loud. It's way too loud, right? Now I have to crank my faders all the way up because I don't have time. Then I have to lower them down. And what am I doing? With the left hand, I'm playing the right hand. Who's gonna hold my chords? Oh, that's why they put this thing here. So you engage this thing and you hold your chords and then you can adjust. So basically, you can might as well buy yourself like a MP3 player and not play the keyboard at all. Why would you bother when you have to deal with these, new faders, which don't really serve the purpose? So anyway, once this is all set, this is not it. This is nothing. Look, watch this. Watch this, guys. Watch this. You switch the the variation, right? And look what happens here. Boom. Everything changes, right? On the 4, 5, and 6, I put some sticker here so I identify which ones they are. It would be nice if they put some LEDs on them too. But this is like it's a quickie. The quickie thing. I call it like throw a bone to a dog, right? Here's your number 2. There you have it. Wait another 5 years, then we're going to play with you again. Here you go. And then when you go back to the variation A, it's sure enough back to original settings. And now when you are set, your faders right now still stayed at the first setting. And as you can see, when you touch them, they're not moving. They're not responding. Why? Because you have to crank it up. Then you have to catch it. Then you have to crank it up. And all this, while you're doing that, it reflects on your sound while you have audience on the stage and they're listening to your music. And all this is happening in real life. So basically, the only way to overcome this problem, and it's a real problem, it would be some kind of a button, assignable button. I already spoke to Yamaha. Either would be an assignable button, this one or that one, is to, they say rotary organ, like, I don't know why it's not lit up. So I don't know why it's not lit up. It looks like the LED is out. I'm gonna have to return this thing and get another one. So this light is not working. I'm gonna treat this thing as a defective unit, and I'm going to go back to the store and try to get another one. But if it does exact same thing, we have a design problem. We have an issue at the design level, and that's a no. So, well, I always tend to find something wrong with the keyboard. I always find things. My quality assurance background, it just does not let me live my life normally and just be happy with everything they shove into my throat. I don't, I like to think. I like to engage. I like to create my own things. So the only way to overcome this issue, as you can see, every time you change the variation, as you can see, everything changes. Changes not to a point. The only way to overcome this is not to use the, let me see, if I don't use this, I don't remember, will it change anyway or it won't? But when you change the sound, when you change the OTS here, it certainly does affect, because this button here controls these, and these are recorded parameters for these 3 faders. So the only way to go about it is to again, is to override this. So you press, so you stop all this, and you basically hit the memory button, and you click the one that you want to change. Let's say you set all this to, thing. But then again, when you're going to use this, it will be always set. Every time you change the variation, you will go back to the setting. You cannot escape this flaw. It will always be at this setting every time you change the variation. So you have no control over this keyboard whatsoever. So you cannot control your right hand at all on this. That's it. They did change something here, but they missed the logic in the code. And I already told them how I would fix it. I would put like few lines of code in the logic, like some if statements maybe. But who's going to listen to me anyway? So anyway, here I'm going to go to, you have to definitely now go to the style creator, which has problems of its own, right? It has problems of its own from the previous version. And then you have to save this, save it here. Let's just name it number 3. So that way, and then you have to escape, obviously, because it doesn't automatically switch, which is a flaw too, by the way. It's supposed to switch automatically once you hit the style button. So now, when you hit this style, you will have your settings. Of course, after you have to engage this thing, so it controls the OTS. So here you go. It doesn't even work like that either. I don't know why. I set it like really low. Let's try again. Memory. Number 1. Override. Yes. Then you have to save here. You have to resave the style. Save. Yes. Override. And now hopefully you see the settings right here. It's kind of a 2, 3, 4 for the number 1. Number 1 OTS. So see right here, I'm pressing this one. Changes. Now it changes. See, now it's remembered. But then again, when you start playing, you start playing this thing. When you're playing, let's say now it's low, right? So you're going to bump it up, right? Whatever, you're gonna pump it up, right? And then you're gonna change style. And then when you go back, it goes back to the setting that you chose. So basically, you have no real-time live performance controllers over your $9,000 keyboard, because now it's like cost me a lot of money because I had to trade in my first one. I had to pay more money, and I had to like get this one. And what I got uncontrollable keyboard. Well, I don't know. I already spoke to Yamaha, and they told me there's nothing they can do about it. They told me like I spoke to a technical support guy, and he told me that you cannot make a car fly. I don't know. We're talking about like wheel out of alignment here. It has nothing to do with the car flying. You expect from $6,000 keyboard to do something better than this. Just freaking pissing me off. Anyway, the only way to do it is just do it yourself, but I don't have a source code. Anyway, well, I hope you enjoy this video, and I'm doing this for Yamaha. I said, I don't know who's designing this number 2. It's number 2 going back to the store and being replaced. First of all, the LED here, the light is missing. See, because it's working, but the light is gone. So anyway, I don't know why they money. That's why. Well, good luck. Bye. Tell me in the comments what you think about it.